What's going on, everybody? Just kind of getting everything sorted out here. I gotta move the camera around a couple times for this one, because character creation, I think I'm gonna be kind of in the way no matter where I put my camera, but like once we get in-game where it is now, we'll be fine. But we are clicking off a new game. What's going on, guys? Alright, so we are just gonna play on Ranger, which is one step below. It's like hard mode, basically. I don't really feel like playing on Supreme Jerk for most of the time, but otherwise it's pretty fun.
It's been a rough few years for the Desert Rangers. When the world ended, they tried to bring some order to what was left of Arizona. But then, the Cochise AI woke up, and they found themselves in a fight to the death with its robot army. In the end, they had to nuke their own base to kill the damn thing for good. Been hard going ever since. Then, the Rangers heard from a fella calling himself the Patriarch. Said he owned Colorado, but his kids were trying to steal it from him. And if the Rangers were to come and put him in their place, he'd give Arizona all the food and supplies it needed to rebuild and survive.
Whoa, whoa! Sorry, Major. No way we're getting through that.
10-4, Cody. Advance team reported an alternate route across a frozen lake. Find it.
Copy that.
Well, reluctant as the Rangers are to interfere in family squabbles, they weren't really in a position to say no.
A route's around that dam on the far shore. Scouts, check out the ice and lead us across.
Yes, ma'am.
So the Brass and Ranger Team November crossed the Rockies, because the aid he was promising the Rangers wasn't just their best hope. It was their last.
Okay, Major. All good. Come ahead.
It's a really great opener.
Yeah. It's been a rough road lately. But that's the thing about the Rangers. It doesn't matter how hard it gets, or how many of them fall. They keep on fighting. The Rangers never stop fighting.
And that should kick us to character creation. Sergey says, what's the ETA on a full playthrough? Probably... It really depends on the difficulty for this one quite a bit. I would say probably around 40 or 50 hours, give or take. Hold on, let me move my camera for a second. And then... I'm gonna have to move my camera a couple times because like character creation, and then once you get in the game, is kind of all over the place in terms of where the camera is. Okay, so start customizing everybody. You can actually make a bunch of like a full custom team. You don't have to use your main character, I should say. And actually, if the two people you make here die, you can actually keep going even. Harm. I love the names they give you for the random ones. It's just really funny.
What? You started it?
You started it!
They've spotted us!
They've spotted us!
Enemies alerted.
There we go. In background. Bookworm's usually the best because it actually gives you a 5% extra XP. But for... There's a couple of them if you get like extra 10% damage to raiders, I think, which is also a pretty good one. Or to humans, rather. There it is. Raider Hater. That one's also pretty good. But Goat Killer is also really funny to me, just because of the description. If you read that, that is hilarious. But Bookworm's what we're gonna go with, and then I think there's like a quirk or something you can take called Serial Killer. That's really cool. For some reason, your live streams are always super quiet for me, or I'm assuming that means quiet. It could be a lot of things. Like it's, I talk pretty quiet normally, so like I have a little trouble projecting my voice into a microphone without adding a bunch of gain to it, which is what I normally do for my videos. So that's some of it, to be sure. All right, face doesn't matter too much because we're about to cover it up anyway. They get you some really cool helmet options here. Nice. And I think naturally we have to have a full beard. That's important. But you get to pick a helmet out of a few different options, which pretty much cover it up anyway. Or at least most of them do. They've added a few new ones since the last time I played, so I'm kind of just checking out a few of them. They added like some cosmetic stuff in one of the patches. Nice. Just make him gigantic. You can go from like just ridiculous height stuff. It's kind of funny they added that to me, but there's that, and then portrait. They actually have some with the masks on, which I thought was a nice touch. Just as a random note. And then his starting weapon, we're gonna give him a assault rifle, and then we'll make the other one a sniper. Favorite build for Wasteland 3? I like the melee builds, like you mentioned. The problem is like they take forever to come online, so I'll usually have one. But it takes a long time for the melee builds to be good. But sniper with an animal companion is probably my personal favorite. Sergey says no beard can match the one from BG3. That's fair. That was pretty excessive. So the best thing to do is usually throw everything into charisma, because that'll give you a huge XP bonus, which you can then start throwing everything else into. So the start of the game, usually better to just throw it all into charisma. Have I tried a late game brawler? Yes, I have, very much so. Yeah, late game they get ridiculous, especially if you have their crit chance, the whatever version of luck it is, all the way turned up, because then they just get a nonsense amount of like attacks. So this guy, we're gonna throw automatic weapons because that's what we're using. Lock picking, and then nerd stuff, and last but not least, 4 is about as much as you want to go skill wise, otherwise you go a little too broad. But are you there? And then we'll throw the last one into lock picking. And then quirk. we might not pick any quirk for this one. For our sniper, we're going to pick up Serial Killer because I like it. Is Wasteland 3 better than Wasteland 2? I haven't honestly played much of Wasteland 2, so I wouldn't be the best person to ask about that. Yeah, so Serial Killer is one of my favorites. You take -1 action points overall, but every time you kill something in combat once per turn, you just get an extra 3. That's great for a sniper who usually one-shots things anyway. But for this particular character, we're probably not going to take anything. And then for you... I love these ridiculous names they give you. Let's go Mercy, that sounds fun.
Shoot! These
Get ready.
Okay, and then you... Let's make you Raider Hater, because we're going to be killing all of the humans with you. Anything will do. Alright, so she's getting a sniper rifle. He's also going to grab Leadership, Animal Whisperer, and First Aid. Oh, I still have one more point on. She have 5? Oh yeah, she did. Alright, we'll throw the second one into Sniper Rifle as well. Francisco says they like Masochist for Sniper. Yeah, I mean, like, it's a personal preference thing, really. I just personally like Serial Killer, so it's the one I pick. It's what I actually use for my Supreme Jerk stuff. When I did that a while back. Oh, let's, not so much as that. Let's give her a different hairstyle, because that one looks ridiculous. There we go. I don't know why, but big poofy jackets like that kind of annoy me. Which might be the weirdest thing I ever say on a live stream, but I don't like big puffy jackets. Alright, and rest of it will be fine. Okay. There we go. I'll move my camera back here in just a second.
Hold him off, Team November. Drop an anesthesia shot. Buy me a minute, I think I can get the weapons online.
Okay. So now that we've done character creation, okay, so this part's pretty straightforward. So you can't, at least I'm not sure about Supreme Jerk, but I know most of the time, like in the regular difficulties, you can't actually die here. It'll make, like, eventually most everyone will die besides you and your main, like, team, if you will. And hold on. After a certain point, it just reduces the chance to hit for them down to 0, even if they should be able to hit you. I should recreate the Bad Batch in your Wasteland character. That's pretty funny. Okay, so this is just my assault rifle guy. So this first fight's pretty straightforward. There's really not much you can do besides wait. You missed on a 92% chance to hit.
Come on, you piece of... There's the problem. Hang in there, November. Almost got it.
This first fight is fairly scripted, as I mentioned, so there's really not much you can do to change the outcome here, honestly. You can kind of take pot shots at whoever.
Let's go for that.
the extra 3. We're going to pass that to a prepare action. So prepare will end your turn and also carry over at least 2 unused AP, which is why I'll be using it a lot. Quick11 says, excited to see this. Thanks, that's awesome. It's a great game, honestly. Take out basically everything else. Alright. Can't take any actions with you, I don't think, besides that med hypo, but that wouldn't do us any good. And next turn, that should do it. What do I think are the odds of enjoying this game for someone who couldn't finish 2? I'm not super familiar with 2, to be honest with you, so...
If you want to live through this, we gotta take out the bastards with the rocket launcher up on the dam.
I've heard this game has refined a lot of things since the second one, but I personally haven't played it.
We'll each find our own way up there and catch them front and back. Got it? Good. And remember, all right, and keep an eye out for survivors.
Pavel says I played this game twice on hardest difficulty, really fun. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Supreme Jerk is a fun difficulty.
Look at them doodle bugs run! Come on, cousins! Don't let them scatter! Keep them together while I reload the rocket gun! Man, I love this thing!
If anybody's unaware, by the way, I actually do have a review after 100% for this up. If anybody was curious. Oh my god, so many tutorials. Okay, hold on. I actually do kind of need to remember all of the controls because it's been a little while since I played, but we should be fine after a minute. And then he's got that, so... Real quick, you're probably fine for the moment. Alright, and then we have all of our, we have all of our, special edition or pre-order weapons or whatever. They give you some extra XP right there. Better sniper rifle. That's actually a fantastic helmet, that Ranger General hat. Nice. Okay. Alt highlights. Were there any moments in this game that shocked you? Truth be told, the one that shocked me the most is kind of towards the end of the prologue, which I'll talk about when we get there, because I should have seen it coming, and I just didn't. But when we get there, I'll point it out. But yeah, there's definitely a moment coming up here in a bit that actually surprised the hell out of me. We'll say real quick. Oh yeah. So in case you were curious, I've played this game a lot, if you couldn't tell by the ridiculous amount of save files right here. I played through, so the SJ is my Supreme Jerk playthrough. RE was the, oh god, I want to say that was the books playthrough, where I played through specifically to go find all of the books. And then VG was the, I want to say it was the, like the little video recorder ones that I tried to get. There was an achievement for that I had to like do a specific run through for. And then all of the DLC stuff. Do I think it's worth playing 2 before 3? Honestly, I've never played 2 to this point. I'm a little familiar with it, but I mean, clearly I played 3 before 2, so I think it's fine. I think I forgot to actually save them. Let's say live 1. Oh, she missed. Haven't actually tried the DLCs for this yet. Are they worth coming back for? I think they are both pretty good. I personally liked Steeltown more than Cult of Holy Detonation because Steeltown added a lot of new stuff, but both of them are very good. Am I hard to hear, guys? Is my voice coming through okay? Like, I can try to add some gain to it a little bit, but I kind of talk quiet in general, so there's a little bit of that. Alright. I gotta get blown up. Pretty quiet. Hold on, I'll see if I can't add a little bit of the phone. Okay, I added a little bit of gain, so hopefully that helps out a bit. Some of it is the fact that I just talk kind of quietly normally. Like, there's probably about 15 decibels worth of gain on most of my videos. Like, that's how quietly I normally talk. And I'm talking, like, directly into a microphone. Alright, so we move up, and then we're gonna run into Private Bell up here. Hold on, while I'm at it, I will turn down the in-game sound a little bit. That might help out a bit. Seems like games these days are super loud. Cause like any game, I almost immediately have to cut it down to like a quarter of the normal volume, just for it to not like blow my speakers out. How was my experience with multi-classing and Wrath of the Righteous been? I've enjoyed it, honestly. For the most part, I don't think multi-classing is as necessary as people want it to be. Alright, people are saying the sounds a little better, so good. Okay, oh, did they change it? You used to be able to just kill this dude. Okay, cool. Because, like, you come up and there's, like, a little hostage thing, but it's possible to, like, just kill this dude straight off if you kind of know what you're walking into. Or at least it was. They're not going to let me do it now. Oh, I guess they changed that. I remember you used to just be able to, like, shoot that dude and it would be over before you even walked up.
Look! Your friends are here! Okay, Hotlanders. Drop your guns and she doesn't die. Got it?
Alright, so we don't have either of those yet because we only have the leadership, but
Bastard! I told you I'd
unfortunately that means Private Bell dies. Marco says she still can. It wasn't letting me shoot her there. I even hit the attack thing and it wasn't letting me actually click on her to shoot her. It was weird. Either or, though. You can save that girl, and she can be a party member for you, but...
Your mom ain't much for saying goodbyes, Jody Bell, so we're gonna slip this into your bag before you leave in the morning.
We just want you to know how proud we are of you, and that we'll be praying hard for your safe return.
Man, I know you can turn that off.
And don't you worry about us, none. We'll get by. We always do.
Remember not to sass the officers. And don't drive so fast. You ain't racing to Colorado and back.
Just keep your head down and your eyes open. We'll be counting the days till you
But truth be told, we're going with a custom party anyway, so saving her really wasn't that important. Once we actually get to Ranger HQ, you can either use the companions that come with the game, or you can like literally just make a custom party for free, which is usually what I do. All right, and then
Blood for the deluge.
Joey! No!
Don't worry, crybaby. You won't be grieving long.
Murders! Sick fucks!
okay, now right here, you can save this person as well, but truthfully, it ends about the same way no matter what. Now let's take you. Move a little closer. Hang with you. Now doing that kills the private there, but she usually dies anyway, and even if you save her, you don't get anything extra for it. She just runs off. Don't you have to take 2 of the pre-built? Yes, but the pre-built characters you make or either pick at the beginning of the game, they aren't set in stone. You can actually change them out as well. Now, normally I kind of make them and keep them as my main too, but even the 2 characters you start the game with, you don't have to keep. Alright, so move to cover. Because this is a cover-based thing, by the way. You do not want to be standing out in the open, otherwise you have a very good chance of getting shot. Alright, and then I doubt I have... Yeah, she's kind of in a weird spot, so she doesn't really have a hit. So we'll go here. So there's half cover, which is that, and there's full cover, which shows the shield completely done. Ideally, you want to be standing in full cover. Yeah, so their chance to hit her is going to be like next to nothing. Okay, and then, so because we have a super high charisma, it's just kind of something we're doing there. We also get extra strikes, so each character gets a strike meter, which is kind of like aimed shot from the original Fallouts, or like VATS almost, if you want to put it that way. But charisma, having a super high charisma makes it recharge super fast. So our sniper, or no, this is our assault rifle guy. You can click on whoever's in range, and then it's pretty much a guaranteed hit, and then you can kind of pick like where you want to hit them, and you know, certain things will do certain extra bits of damage, that kind of stuff. Nice. Okay. Starting to get my feel for the controls back again. I swear, the worst part about like starting up so many video games all the time, like just playing through as many as I do, is trying to remember the controls for each one. That's a brutal scene, by the way. I remember seeing that for the first time when I was playing it, and I was like, Jesus Christ. Looks kind of similar to Shadowrun. How long does it take to finish the game? Man, I'm terrible at doing that kind of thing. Like estimating that for people. Like I always feel like I'm way off. I would say, like a normal playthrough, I would say, oh Jesus Christ. Like a normal playthrough, I would say probably,
You hearing this, Erastus? You ought to be here. The deluge of blood has begun, and I'm winning, big brother.
A normal playthrough, I'd say, is probably like 40, 50 hours, give or take. A lot of that depends on the difficulty you're on as well. Alright, so... you want to stay away from the robot. We have nerd stuff, so we can reprogram the turret. Nice and easy. And then one of our custom characters later is going to be someone who throws out deployables and uses a shotgun. The deployables in this game are really fun. You can get stuff like this machine gun turret as well as a few other robots. It's a good time. Okay, so hold on, my green screen's all light's starting to fade at weird times of the day, so it's all being kind of funky. There we go. That's a little better. Okay. And then got to be a little careful up here because there is a mine somewhere. I don't remember exactly where it's at. I'm going to drop a save real quick just in case. Scout armor. I remember there being like a hidden mine right here. Maybe it's in front of that. Yeah, there it is. Didn't die though, which is a surprise. Alright, and then we'll have him use that. And we'll throw the scout armor on him since he's going to be in the combat a bit more. You can actually turn the visuals off on that stuff as well. Okay.
Rangers, Prasad here. Took care of the hostiles who jumped me, but those bastards are still up there on the dam. I found a spot to hunker down and give you some cover when you get there. But I'm afraid this'll be mostly on you. Good luck.
Sorry if you guys can't see what I'm doing too much in the menus. There's just like no good place to, like, I actually looked at it ahead of the stream and I was like, man, there's just not a good place, like consistent place to put my camera on. Where'd it go? But we're gonna give her that rabbit's foot we just picked up because it gives extra crit chance. Okay, now come up here, grab some ammo. And then we're about to the part that surprised me, which is really dumb because I should have seen it coming from a mile away. But this conversation we're about to have surprised me quite a bit.
Ah, damn it. Looks like we killed them all. Guess the fun's over. Wait a minute. Maybe not. Howdy, Hotlander. Oh, as much fun as it is killing folk long distance, I like it best when the deluge of blood happens up close and personal. You know what I mean? The rest is gonna be sorry he stayed home. He loves him some entrails.
Alright, so we can ask who they are, why they attacked us, what's the deluge of blood.
I guess you don't know your scripture. The Darcys are the harbingers of the deluge, the motherfucking end of the old world, and the beginning of the new. And it all begins here, you little prairie dog. What I do to you, the Darcy's gonna do to all of Colorado. So squeal all you want. No one's coming to save us.
That right there. The first time I was playing through this, that's shocked me quite a bit. Which is, like, it's very well telegraphed. Like, you definitely should have seen it coming, and it never occurred to me that that was going to happen.
Never shut up. Heads up, Rangers. More incoming.
Alright, so this fight isn't too terrible, to be honest, because there's a lot of explosives. And you can get to full cover fairly easily. Now our sniper... We're gonna move over here just so I can get them both in cover before the fight gets too crazy. Okay, so... toss a grenade up there. Since that's really the only one who's even focused on me at the moment. I don't have enough AP to do anything else. Pretty low chance to hit everybody, to be honest, but we're gonna focus on this one and hope we just hit him. Oh, nice. Got lucky. That was the only one that was shooting us, so that was really why I was concerned about that one. And then, does she have enough AP to do that? Yeah, I was like, I didn't think she would. We will prepare. Same thing with him. And they are likely to all focus on her, and then there'll be some more. Yeah, there's a couple more coming out of there. Do the Dorseys show up at all in the second game? I don't think so. They're like a family that's kind of involved in Colorado here. I'd be surprised if they're in the second game, but I'm honestly not sure. Okay, so... we're gonna move him here. Nice. Okay, and then she's got her charge strike. Ah, that just had her range. Sucks. So your strikes usually don't respect things like line of sight and chance to hit and everything, which is honestly pretty funny. I could get that one, which, yeah, we'll go ahead. Just because it's in range, that'll make my life a little easier. And says, nice to be catching some of this live. Awesome, glad you're enjoying it. Wasteland 3 is such a great game. Like, I can kind of see why people didn't give it a chance, but it's definitely worth giving a chance. I don't know that I would have walked directly up to the guy with an assault rifle, but whatever. That said, we got the better chance to hit with her.
Keep it together.
Alright, and then I should be able to... There we go. Nice and easy. And because we got all that extra XP, we got to level up. It's one of the reasons I like to go so into charisma. Now for our skills, we're just going to add one to those three. And for you, similar, but these two. And we'll start getting attributes and stuff a little later. Madjar says, really love the music for some of these fights. Oh yeah, the music's amazing. Like they had an awesome soundtrack for this. Am I going to be on the Patriarch side? I haven't decided yet. We'll kind of see how it evolves. I've already 100%ed this game. So for the most part, I know how everything goes. So I think we'll just kind of play it by ear, see how I feel as we come across each individual situation. item. That's pretty good. Nice.
Nice work finishing off that jerk's crew. Did you find any other survivors? Damn it. Damn.
Did I just level up again?
Bleeding all over the paperwork. We need to head for Colorado Springs. Establish a headquarters at Peterson Air Force Base. Support the Patriarch, no matter what. We do that, and the Patriarch sends aid to the Arizona Rangers. We don't, and the Rangers are fucked. That brings me to the secret orders. When we first heard from the Patriarch, General Woodson sent an advance team to Colorado, led by Angela Death. But they went dark. We have to find them.
Alright, so we learned there was actually another team sent here, led by one Angela Death, which is actually kind of important.
No. She found her way home, then found out all her squad mates had died fighting. Oh, jeez. Probably why she volunteered for the advanced team mission. Got her away from her ghosts. Give me a second. Catch my breath, and we can go.
I think she dies no matter what. Yeah, there it is. I was like, I don't remember you being able to save her at all. I was like, I doubt they changed that. Alright, and then, hilariously enough, that actually gave us enough for another level. So we're wearing this hat, which has given us +1 in all these attributes. That's why you see that little orange thing there. And that's why we're not going to put another point in charisma there. So, from there... There's a few different ones that we want, honestly, but there's no, like, real pressing urge to do any particular one. I'm thinking... probably go coordination just for the extra action points, but then intelligence gives you extra skill points, which is nice. You can wind up maxing out, like, 3 or 4 of these, I think. I think we'll just go awareness. And skills. And I don't think she doesn't have the extra 5%, so she's like close to leveling up, but she didn't quite make it. Of the stuff that's here, and then we'll grab the Kodiak and get out of here.
Hey, Jerry, little brother, how goes that deluge of blood? You dry gulch them Hotlanders yet? Rastus! Jared's dead! They killed him! Gunned him down like a dog!
And off we go. There's the little tutorial section down. Cold tonight, isn't it? Yeah, actually it is. It's like, God, I think it's like, yeah, it's just under 40 degrees where I am right now.
Welcome, Rangers. You may approach the Patriot.
2, when there were 50. Cold logic says I should turn you away. That there aren't enough of you left to do the job at hand. But that Dorsey ambush was my fault. And I owe you more than explanations and apologies. So, here's something more tangible. The Dorseys didn't just attack you. They attacked my city. This one was trying to burn down our jail. If you want some vengeance for what was done to you, he's yours.
Okay, so I'm gonna mention, like, we're actually just gonna kill him because it doesn't make much of a difference. But I will say, when I was getting all the achievements for this seemingly innocuous Leadership 2 option is actually very important to the Collect All the Books achievement. Because collecting all the books requires you to take this option, because during that trial you can go talk to the guy who does the trial, who will then execute this guy or whatever, and he has a note on him only if you do that, and it's a real pain. So it's really easy to miss, but this was actually required to get one of the achievements, and depending on how you built your characters, you might just not have actually done that.
Be my guest. Well done. I wish I could give you all the Dorseys. And maybe, before all this is over, I will. But for now, let me address your immediate needs. In addition to this base, and the aid I promised your general, I'll be giving you the resources to return your force to full strength. Recruiting, training, and equipping. It's not enough. I know. The men and women you lost can never be replaced, but it's what I can give you. I hope you'll accept it.
Alright, we can point out that he is literally shaking. He doesn't respond well to it, but you can.
My hands don't shake. There's nothing wrong with me. And if you say there is, you'll be going back to Arizona empty-handed. Understood? Now quit asking about things that aren't your concern, and answer the question. Will you accept my offer?
You can actually just be like, nope, and that'll end the game right there, which is really funny.
The deal's still in place. You help me, I help Arizona. And the flame of civilization spreads its warm glow a little further into the night. That's what we all want, right? This base is your new home. From here, you'll aid my people and, more importantly, do the job I brought you here to do. Now, yes, Joe?
Pardon, Patriarch. It's Daisy. An update on the Garden of the Gods?
All right. Sorry, Rangers. Still putting out fires. Two of my best are waiting for you inside. Darius Kwan of the Marshals and my old friend Sergei Greatsky. Go see him. I'll be in when I'm done here.
Okay, so another way you can end the game early is it's actually possible to kill him right here. But it is very difficult, as you might imagine. But you can actually kill him. You can just attack him outright, which also ends the game. Alright, before we go inside, though, you can walk around and gather stuff up. Provided you have enough awareness, I think it is, to see it. Cyborg chickens. Armor mods. We'll get to that here in a bit. We can level her up, and then she should be able to grab an animal, which is nice. Tutorials for days. Alright. Okay, so we're gonna max her out on charisma because she's not using that hat. And then give her one more point in Animal Whisperer, Leadership, and Sniper Rifles. I hope Mortismo uploads Reagan's AI into Val. Yeah, that's there's a lot of funny options when we get to that part. I don't want to spoil it before we get there, though. Alright, she can charm a dog, so we will. Now she has a little pet dog. They never bothered with those face-to-face scenes in the DLC. No, they did not. There's none of that in the DLC, which isn't a surprise, because I cannot imagine that was cheap to animate. Or not, like, you know what I mean, like develop or whatever. The animal kennel is relatively new, new from launch anyway. So if you dismiss your animal companions, they go here now to the animal kennel, and then you can come back and grab them. So you can swap out animal companions if one of your characters has Animal Whisperer. So that's pretty cool. In the base game, you could only have one at a time, and there was like no way to get rid of any of them. So you could kind of just wind up stuck with them. And then real quick, let's use an injury kit to get rid of his injury. Save real quick. If I'm not mistaken, there's a bomb on the top of this place. Yeah. Gotta give me credit for remembering where they are, if nothing else. Don't actually have the ability to do much about it right this second, though. Oh yeah, Animal Whisperer is really fun. A sniper with an animal companion is like my favorite build personally for this game. That and the shotgun and mechanics build that lets you use like deployables and stuff, that one's also a lot of fun. Alright, and then what we actually have to do is go inside. There's some stuff you can find outside, which is why I'm poking around real quick. This should be the last thing before we go in. There's a berry item there. Or not. Okay, there it goes. I was like, it wasn't letting me do anything. Nothing useful, just junk. Okay, real quick before we go in though, let's heal. I'd like to make sure at least one person has first aid.
Ready to continue.
Usually I like to make it the person with leadership, because a lot of times when your leadership person does things, they have a chance of getting like extra bonuses, like what just happened there.
Darius Kwan, and this here's Sergei Greatsky.
Good to meet you, Rangers. Glad to see some friendly faces. Been rough around here these last few days. Dorsey's attacked us too. Snuck inside Colorado Springs and killed a lot of people. Situation's under control now. Mostly. The Patriarch. Thank God they never got near him. He's the only thing keeping Colorado from tearing itself apart.
And sorry about these alarms. Something must have triggered the old security system. Trouble is, there's a bunch of angry robots guarding the computer that shuts them off. How you deal with them is your call. Your base, your rule. Thanks. I can hardly
so we got to do that part
think.
before we can do much else, because that's like the next bit. But you can explore the base a little bit, which you ideally want to do before you leave, rather. Okay, whoa. Camera got away from me there. But you want to shut the alarm off and then explore the base before you leave, because once you leave, the map permanently changes. But you can't really do much until you shut the alarm off, because the gates are like locked down. And we got the servitor robots. This guy's got nerd stuff, so I want to say that we should be okay.
The lion. I hate the lion.
I've never really bothered with charisma or leadership in any playthrough. I see you've maxed it out on both ranges so far. Is that good? Yeah, so charisma, it gives you a ton of extra experience. So if you combine max charisma with bookworm as well as the ranger star you get right at the beginning, you're getting like literally plus 40%, I believe it is, XP. So you're going to level up stupid fast. That's why we did that. Oh, I was hoping it was a nerd stuff check. This shouldn't be too bad though. Alright, now animal companions you don't really control, they kind of just do their own thing, as long as every other friendly unit as well. Okay, so got the best chance against you. That's easy. I don't have enough to do anything with that one just yet, but prepare, and then you. We'll just take a shot at that one. That one might knock her down, which will be annoying, but what are you gonna do, you know? Attacks of opportunity aren't a thing, so we can just move. Okay, it attacked the dog instead. Alright, and then... Yay, easy peasy. Alright, so... Now we just go up to the computer, which turns that alarm off. And then we can explore the rest of the base, which we definitely want to do before we leave, because again, the map changes afterwards. Alright, we install ourselves as the commander.
Well done, Rangers. Good to see the place up and running. Now, where were we? Oh, yes. The reason you're here. As you may know, I have a daughter and 2 sons. Liberty, Valor, and Victory. 2 of them conspired against me, and the 3rd blackens the Buchanan name with every breath he takes. Consequently, I banished him.
Streaming for how long? Oh, probably another hour or two at the very least.
They've been skulking in the shadows ever since, but lately there's been rumors that I'm on my last legs. Lies, of course, but apparently my dear children believe them, and they've started making new plans.
Alright, so he's asking us to round up his kids.
Peace. With those brats, you'd sooner tame a scorpion. I'm not worried about my children defeating me, Rangers. They won't. Not even Liberty. What worries me is the destruction they'll wreak as they fail. They'll tear my land and my people to shreds. They'll burn everything I've accomplished to ash. That's why they have to be stopped before they can start. That's why you, Rangers, have to find them and bring them home to me ASAP. And when I say bring them home, I mean bring them home alive. They're my blood. Kill them and we'll have a problem. Do I make myself clear? Good. Then let me tell you where they are. Victory's holed up in Aspen. Valor's under the protection of the Gippers in Denver. And Liberty's raising an army against me somewhere out on the Eastern Plains.
Alright, and then...
Anything else? What do you want to know?
We can ask a bunch of questions. Most of it becomes pretty clear as we go on, though. Vic is insane. Valor is a nerd. Liberty's probably the most dangerous of them, as she's kind of leading the gangs out east.
Anything else? Uh-huh.
The Dorseys are nut jobs. They're the people who attacked us. They believe in the deluge of blood, which is basically like a weird religious fanaticism.
Obviously. Good. What else do you need?
And that's pretty much it.
She's having. Why don't you go give her a hand? Show us what the range.
And then they ask you to head to town to go finish up the last of the Dorseys that actually attacked the city, which is our next little mission. And he leaves, which means we can leave. Yeah, you can get a really strong melee build in this game towards the end. They start out really weak, but they get ridiculous late game. Okay, so we leveled up again because, again, our charisma is insane. Like the bonus you get from charisma, bookworm, and then just this little thing right here, which gives us another extra 5%. You just level up so fast. All right, keep pumping up awareness with him. All right, we're getting to the point where things are starting to cost 2, which isn't a bad thing by any means. Just pointing it out. Grab lockpicking. Alright, for perks. Toaster Expert's not bad, actually. Like, it sounds ridiculous, but it's actually not bad at all. That'll let you hack other things. Those are the general ones, and then I think right now, though, we're going to grab that one because that'll kind of render cover a little more useless for him. Or useless against his enemies, I should say. Yeah, I usually take Marshal Quan with me because he kind of has a setup I generally like anyway, but he's usually the only companion I actually use. Alright, and then... So we're going to take Intelligence with her because we want the crit chance. At least for the time being. We might alternate a little bit with her, but I want the crit chance more than anything else. First aid. Grab Animal Whisperer, and then we'll hold on to her extra point until she levels up again, which is something you can do. Mark target's not bad. Probably pick up Rally though. Okay. Now I can start poking around a little bit. Loot everything. Strength armor, we'll get to that in a second because we're about to recruit some people. Once we leave here, we can talk to the 2 guys outside, which will let us recruit. Lockpick this desk.
Rangers. Come talk to me when you've got... Good job, Rangers.
Hi again, Ranger. Should be more recruits arriving soon. Ready to tell me how you want to fill out your squad?
Okay, so...
My advice, and you keep that in mind when you're choosing from the recruits.
We can recruit people from him, like just general people. I like to take Axel, because they're like pre-gens with people, like they kind of have the setup I go for anyway, so it just saves me time as compared to actually building the character myself. We'll take Axel, Black Eye Betty, who's a melee build, and then we have to take 2 companions because that's like the limit. So we'll wind up with, I usually take Lucia just because she's right at the beginning, but I'm not wild about it. But you can only have 4 custom characters with you.
Listen, I can get you all the fighting troops you need.
What's going on, NW?
But if you meet any talented people in your travels, now you're the boss here, so I'm not going to. Yep.
Oh, Daisy.
Anyway, your call.
Forgive me for saying so, but I'm guessing you felt great. Lead the way.
All right, and then Marshal Quan. Okay, so Black Eye Betty. Strength and speed really help you out a lot with her. We're gonna leave her charisma low because it's just low, so it's kind of whatever. But she's gonna be our melee character. Survival, yeah, that'll be fine for her. And for perks, let me get that Shaolin. No, hold on. That's what I'm thinking it is. Make sure. Okay, yeah, that's the big hit, if you will. So we'll grab armor first, because we don't necessarily need that just yet. Give her the strength gear. Marshal Quan. We'll give him that. Because he has Kiss Ass, which is decent. That's like Persuasion, basically, but you know, Wasteland 3-ified. He doesn't have a level up, he just joins you as level 4, so... Also, like, depending on your skills, they kind of assign you a class name, even though it's like not really how this works, per se. But, just to point it out, nonetheless. So her thing, like the big thing we want out of her is mechanics, actually. We're going to take that all the way as far as we can take it with what she's got. There's actually a couple items we can find in town that will actually take this even farther for her. There's a utility item as well as an armor set in town that we're about to go to that'll give her an extra couple points, which will let her do her mechanics like really well right off the bat, which is really what we want. We're going to give her a shotgun. Grab Shredder Shot. Attributes for her. We're going to go awareness, because that's her hit chance and stuff, and then we'll do speed after that. That should be everybody for the moment. Make sure everybody's got a decent gun. Let's give you the better shotgun. Throw the deployable turret on you. Then crafting is relatively new. So I don't know offhand what they give you. Oh, cool. That's gonna be handy. So we can just make deployables and stuff now. That's neat. And repair kits. That's nice. Grab that machine turret. Cool. Okay, and then... Alright, you've got a weapon. You've got weapons. It's all the armor I've found so far besides... Oh, actually, you know what? We'll give that to you just because you have the strength to wear it. No, crafting was added later. It was not part of the launch. I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, it was the update right before Steel Town that added crafting. It was, I want to say it was added, I don't think it was added with Steel Town. I think it was added right before that, if my memory serves. Like either or, it was added around the time Steel Town came out.
What a stink. Somebody's been using this medbay for a morgue. Gonna take an ocean bleach to get it ready for customers.
Alright, and then... So this is another one, this lore book right here. If you leave and come back, this lore book disappears, which if you are trying to get the achievement for getting all of the lore books, makes that kind of impossible. So having to learn a lot of stuff like that when I was doing my 100% for this was a real pain in the ass.
Machinery. If we can get it all running, this will be a good spot for your armor.
I think Lucia will be the one we probably wind up giving explosives to, but for now... Oops. We'll just run Black Eye Betty through it, since she's got the most armor. Okay, and then you can either nerd stuff this door open or lockpick it. There's another thing there. Oh my god, we leveled up again. So this is why I'm like, this is why I mentioned charisma and everything, because our main person, who's like completely stacked out with it, is already level 5, and we haven't even left like the beginning point of the game. Okay, let's grab nerd stuff, save the extra point. Go awareness. Do it. Oops. And Black Eye Betty.
Smells like smoke. Oh shit!
There's no need to be a drama queen about it, Betty. Alright. Oh yeah, for sure. We will very likely be level 10 plus before we leave. I think, if I remember correctly, with all of the XP and stuff maxed out, I think like normally you're like level 11-ish, I believe normally. All right, there's that. Generally speaking, it's usually just best to leave this thing alone. You can actually kind of get that thing working again, and it'll attack you. And slicer dicers are not a joke. And you don't really get anything for killing it.
Tired of gridlock? Sick of dodging reckless drivers? Fed up with paying a fortune to shady mechanics that never actually fix your car? Consolidated Atomics has the answer. Introducing Hermes, the revolutionary vehicle AI that's an expert driver, navigator, and auto mechanic all in one. Hermes remembers your daily commute, gathering up-to-the-minute traffic reports to plot the quickest route to your destination. The AI also takes care of basic maintenance, keeping your vehicle in peak condition. Visit your local dealership for information on a Hermes upgrade kit today.
Alright, so a couple enemies to clear out here, and there's some stuff to the right as well. Would killing it net you the part to craft one? Probably, but honestly it's not worth it. That fight sucks. And the reward is basically nothing. It's really best to just leave that thing alone. Because it'll be gone when you come back. Alright, and there's that other one over here. Annoyingly enough, I can't just get to that thing to actually hit it, but... So we can set up an ambush because she's got the AP to do it. So if that thing comes within range of her, even if it's not her turn, she'll just like reflexively shoot the thing. Which is nice. We'll wait for it. Missed it because it was behind the wall, though. Ah, poisoned.
Poisoned.
Dog's turn. Poisoned it. Alright, not enough AP for that, and then you should be able to punch it to death.
That is how it's done.
So that horseshoe thing she just did was a lucky hit, which means she got to basically take a free action. It didn't cost her action points, which is always pretty nice. Alright, and then you have to have a pretty high nerd stuff, but you can pass a bunch of checks right here to get some info on what used to be going on here. If you're curious about the base itself. Back out to the hallway here, which is where we meet the squatters that set off the alarm.
Please, don't shoot. Who are you? I'm Del Hackett, and I speak for these people. We've been living here for months, and we've got nowhere to go. Please, will you let us stay?
Bad idea. I've been in their shoes, but this is a military base. If we have squatters everywhere, it'll be hard to keep discipline. Your recruits won't like it either.
The Patriarch's people don't care about people like us, but you're not beholden to them.
You can let them stay or let them go. This right here doesn't affect too much, but it does come up again later. Okay, so we'll let them stay for now.
You said we won't be... Oh, hear that, everyone? We gotta make ourselves useful around here.
This is the wardrobe. All those cosmetics at the beginning of the game, you can actually swap all those out kind of just whenever you want. And if I'm not mistaken, they added like a wizard one or some nonsense in one of the DLCs where you can like dress up in a robe or something. I don't see it on here though. I remember something like that. Alright, and then loot.
October 12th, 1998. 6. No. 7 months since the bomb fell. Had an incident at the West Gate. Some civilians dug under the fence and tried to make a run for the commissary. Sergeant Peters told us to open fire. Standing orders. Looters to be shot on sight. They didn't look like much to me from 80 meters. And when we got close enough to inspect the bodies, I saw why. They looked like scarecrows. Just skin and bone. The oldest was maybe 15. Every time I close my eyes, I see that kid's face. God.
Okay, so that brings us to the nut job in here, eating mushrooms. This guy's known as the prisoner. You can either set him free or kill him, and if you pay attention, it seems that he killed this person somehow.
Hey, dudes. Hi. Well, what's up? Haven't seen you before. Have I? Rangers, huh? Cool, man. Cool. Arizona. Arizona. sounds far, real far. Oh, hey, man, that's good. That's good, man. Oh, yeah, man, of course.
So,
I don't know. Oh, man. So a while ago, that dead guy over there, and yeah, then there's this big-ass flash of light from the computer machine. Then after a while, the alarm stopped, and then, what? Man, what a wacky world. Oh, man,
so you can set this dude free, but it comes back up later, which is what we're gonna do, because if we get that far in the playthrough, I kind of just want to show it off a bit. But an innocuous enough decision, and it's super funny.
Oh, yay! Thank you so much, man. Thanks for, the assist, dudes. I owe you big time.
Yeah, even if you kill him or don't let him out, it does come up again later. It's really funny. Not that you can do much about it, but still. Alright, and that's pretty much everything there is to do here, and then we can head to downtown.
Systems active. Systems active. Greetings, Rangers.
Back to the hunt.
Everybody's here, was it not? Assemble my team. Am I missing somebody? Who am I missing? Oh yeah, where's Black Eye Betty at? Come on, Black Eye Betty. Holding up the whole operation. Alright, so now we're heading to downtown. I did blow her up twice, that's true. But I won't handle it. I won't put up with any excuses in my squad, okay? Alright, so this is that's left of the Dorseys that attacked. They're kind of being put out to freeze to death in the cold. And we can talk to Emmeline here, who will ask us to save her son.
Marshals. Do you work for the... Then, Judge, he's a good boy. If you talk to him, maybe he'll tell you, please, help my son!
You can set up her son to work for you instead.
Sorry, I didn't... I made a real... People here kept us... Figured what was the harm. I never killed no one, but I did bust some windows. Magistrate, guess I don't have any money to give you, but I'd pay you. I'm used to hard. I always dreamed of coming to the big city and being a newspaper. Nice talking to you.
Alright, so if we talk to the magistrate, we can, like, negotiate his release to come work for the Rangers.
Howdy, Judge. How's your heart? Still colder than a well digger's ass?
Marshal Quan, impertinent as ever, I see. Rangers, I am Magistrate Silas Watkins. I have heard of your arrival, partly from the confessions of the Dorsey Raiders. You'll be pleased to know that I sentenced them to death for their part in the attack on the city and your convoy. Indeed.
Whoops.
Rangers,
Like randomly ended the conversation.
what brings you here? His crimes are still severe. He was part of the Dorsey uprising. He caused significant property damage. His actions diverted marshals from responding to This is irregular, but you should inform the boy. Best he hears the good news.
Still here. Not looking forward to what comes next. What? Soon as they let me free. Thank you. Say thank you. Thank you.
We'll have our revenge. You ain't seen the last of us.
What do I think's best for team comp? I usually go 2 snipers, 2 assault rifles, 1 melee, and 1 pistol person, personally.
Death to Buchanan! Death to the 100 stinking...
I wouldn't go too heavy on the melee just because melee is really good late game, but even then, they can just get torn to shreds. if you're not careful.
No repentance.
Alright, now we walk in here. Talk to Sheriff Daisy.
If it's too dangerous for you, Marshals, maybe I should go in there myself.
You can also
Sheriff
poke
Daisy!
around,
Sheriff!
which naturally we're going to do. I like that you're new here, but you can just kind of like walk around and lockpick and steal all their stuff from the evidence room and nobody says anything about it.
Bullshit me this time, Dorsey. How'd you get into the city?
Fucking Highlander! Done told you them
Deputy,
gates were left
how long is the sheriff going to be busy?
Let you in. Give me a name.
Well, now you must be the Rangers. I'm the sheriff around here, but you can call me Daisy. Old Saul tells me you're a bunch of badasses, and I ain't one to turn away a badass, especially at a time like this. I reckon you already heard all about the Dorsey raid, so I won't bore you with the details. Suffice it to say, we whooped 'em good, and the survivors are holed up in the Garden of the Gods with a bunch of hostages. Thing is, I lost...
And by speak, you mean shoot the everlasting shit out of them and save those hostages, right, boss?
Quan, I hear you're some fancy liaison now. Old Saul taking my people without even asking? How dare he? Anyway, yes, you rascal. That's exactly what I mean. But question him first, you hear?
Ma'am, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And I'm glad to hear it. The job's easy. Now, the Dorsey's hostages are from the fancy side of town. 100 families folk. Try to get 'em out of there alive, or I'll never hear the fucking end of it. And please, take young Miss Weston with you. I need that girl out of my hair. In fact, I'm gonna insist. I'm telling Lupinski not to let you into the garden without her. But don't worry. She knows which end of the gun the bullets come out of. Go in there and kick some ass, Rangers.
Alright, so... for reasons I don't want to spoil, ideally you want to be on the side of the Marshals as well as the 100 families.
I'm not sure why the sheriff didn't assign me Marshals, but, well, beggars can't be choosers. I am the Miss Wesson she spoke of. Lucia Wesson, daughter of Percival Wesson and Maria Reyes of the 100 families. As Sheriff Daisy told you, they and some of our neighbors were taken hostage by the Dorseys, and I mean to free them. All of them. So, I am ready when you are. No, they rebelled against the Patriarch.
She can give you a little more
But there
information.
are plenty of places to hide in the garden. Certainly.
Oh, it's true. She's a prodigy, all right. Also a pain in the ass.
At last.
But there's one of the other companions, obviously. Oh. I think... yeah, the pistol she starts out with is pretty close to being every bit as good as the like little extra one that we get. But we'll give her that one anyway. So she's got some decent stuff. Okay. We just have to head to the Garden of the Gods and do that thing. But yeah, it pays to stay on the side of the Marshals and the 100 families. Alright, so... keep getting a bunch of new recipes for things. Yellow snowball. Alright, a bunch of weapon mods. Okay, looks like it was just weapon mods. Okay, and Garden of the Gods is this way, and there's a few other things we can do on our way there. For instance, we can help Josiah Cassidy out here.
Consarn it. You Dorsey peckerheads, get...
Hush up now, Josiah.
You think I can't handle myself? I've put down worse than these in my time.
Since when? You've been a shopkeeper. Will you help me talk some sense into this old fool? If he goes after those Dorseys, he'll get him. Thank you.
Killing myself? You do this. You, well, go on.
This is one of the shop owners. His shop was infested with Dorseys after the attack, so you can offer to take care of that for him. But you do have to be a little careful starting this, because they kind of put you in a bad position. Because they're kind of like ready to go, and you kind of got to like come around the corner here a bit. Okay, so who do I got? My main guy. Move you here. Cover. There's that one dead. I want to say there's two more. Is it just the... Okay, yeah, there's the other one. I was like, I was pretty sure there was two. Alright, we're gonna move you here. Shotgun blast. Betty will move up. You can talk him into just leaving. Yeah, I suppose you could, but also, they're a bunch of murdering lunatics, and I feel like the only appropriate thing to do is be more of a murdering lunatic in response by just killing all of them. Because if you recall at the start of the game, they killed at least 48 of our personal friends, and even though we didn't meet them, I need to avenge them. Turn. That was a weird, like, little turn and attack he did there.
Free haircut!
Yay! Alright. There's that done. There's some stuff in here you can loot.
I'm dying for medical attention.
Don't have the lockpicking for the safe. Alright, we talked to him for our reward.
Boy, thanks again for taking care of those Dorseys. Say, if you got hurt in that scrap, you should see a friend of mine, Doc Parker. He set up a clinic in the Arapahoe garage, just outside the city gate. And here, a little token of our appreciation. Come on back after we reopen the shop.
So he sells like clothes and stuff you can buy that can give you different appearances. I don't remember if he sells armor offhand, to be honest, but this is like the little market square. You can find some vendors over here. There's also a fight you can get into right here. Alright. We're gonna save real quick.
these marshals and Dorsey's got on 'em.
Those marshals were colleagues of mine. I'm gonna guess you didn't kill them, but you need to put all those valuables back and walk away.
Fat chance. We got guns and ammo now. We don't take orders from marshals no more.
All right.
Moving to cover.
Now, if you're not careful, you can get a little overwhelmed right here. That's gonna throw out turret. No real good place for her to take cover, to be honest. Move her over there. How's the series overall? Interested in getting into it? I'm really only familiar with 3, to be honest with you, so I couldn't tell you too much about the second one, but I've heard it's pretty good. Couldn't give you too much of an opinion beyond that, though. Alright, and... probably kill you. And we'll go there just for the sake of getting the cover. And our main guy. One. I got about a 50% chance to hit each of them with you. Axel. Reload, because ammo is a thing. Kill you for sure. I'm back into cover. 50% chance I'll win. Okay, cool. Ah, had just a little bit more health than we could kill. That sucked. Volume's a little low, game and voice. Yeah, everybody seems to have a different opinion about it. first loot everybody. And he leveled up again. And we will grab lock picking so we can go do that safe, and then throw one in automatic weapons. Alright, for his perk, I think I'm gonna go toaster expert just because. I think he was the only one that leveled up too. Yeah. Alright, and then heal everybody up real quick. On Supreme Jerk, that fight is supremely annoying. And we can keep exploring the little downtown market area here. Got a few more people we need to talk to at the very least. What is that mystery? Like, so they added some like funny mystery things with the yeah, so like some of the junk stuff, they added just like ridiculous little crafting things that you can unlock. So we'll have to keep an eye out for some of that stuff. Just because I'm not really sure what a lot of it does. Alright. And then
This here's Market Square. The Arapaho Garage is just outside the city gates. My old friend Doc Parker set up a clinic. Parker's the best doctor in town. Yeah, hell of an asset if we can persuade him to join the Rangers.
I don't have the perception to see that. That
Doc
sucks.
is prickly at best.
There's a little switch you can throw right there, which fixes that microwave, which lets you get something out of it. And then you get a reward from this guy.
Dorsey, new faces. Let me know if you need to restock. Let's.
Okay, and then this dude sells the deployables. You can also sell all of our junk. We can also sell all these base weapons we don't need. And we're not going to buy anything right this second. Nice. Found some mods in that one. That was pretty good.
Come on, you Ferris fiend. Turn.
Alright, can't do too much with these guys yet. They do come up later though. There's our Kodiak. The Kodiak's the name of the vehicle, by the way.
Should I call it?
Call who?
And need to buy an item from this guy.
Hey.
Nah, haven't seen your friends before. If you folks are looking for anything for your vehicle.
You can also buy a few things you can upgrade your vehicle with, which is pretty handy. Pretty expensive though. The main thing we want right now is this, because that's a item that's going to give mechanics to Axel.
What about you? You got any stories for us?
I've got them by the dozen. But you two idiots just keep talking and talking. So I figured
Alright,
that
then we can
maybe
talk to Doc
they're not
Parker.
interested in how much-
Not enough people who give a shit.
Hey, Doc.
Quan,
Understood, brother.
they're in bad shape, and I don't have the time or thank you. The things I need most are a suture grate, Then get started on those patients.
Okay, so he gives you like a little miscellaneous quest, so to speak, to help his patients. And if you do that, he'll move to the Ranger HQ and start doing things for you. Alright.
You closed my wound. I won't miss staring at my own gods.
My leg! You said it! Still hurts like a bitch, but maybe I'll actually walk again.
And then you, I think, just need regular healing, yeah.
What's going on? Did you patch me up?
What now? Good. I know I've seen this girl. She was shot in the head. But if you let me use the facilities at your HQ, I'll do. Thank you. Need anything before I get my stuff together? Of course. Let's have a look.
Alright, then he'll heal you as well as sell medical stuff at your HQ, which is super handy. You gotta level up. Alright, and we will throw leadership and sniper rifles. And then we're probably going to add explosives to her skill set once she levels up. Because I don't really have anybody who does explosives yet. Who's going to come up. Weird science you can basically ignore. But I probably need somebody to grab sneaky shit, which I think is Quan, yeah. Okay, so there's that done. And,
Rangers, I'd chat. But there's a lot to wrap up before I make my way to your headquarters.
Ah, hello there. The name's Theodoric. Sadly,
this guy comes up later in one of the DLCs.
Back to the wall.
I'm glad the merchants are already back to work.
No kidding.
Jesus, Rose and
Dorsey's
vicious
ransacked my house on the
Alright, yeah, once we get somebody explosives, we can deal with that. Which gives you another vendor. That's where we have to go, over here to the Guard to the Gods. There's a cat. Which, how is he able to do that? That doesn't make any sense. I must be thinking she, because I have her clicked, I guess. But, you can use Animal Whisper on all these dogs and cats and stuff, which is fun. There's that other crafting thing. We'll combine these two diaries. A love story of dueling diaries. Nice. They added some fun crafting things, apparently. We'll craft that turret, which is going to save us a lot of money on deployables, to be honest. Alright. And then that's pretty much all we can do with our skill set right now. And then we're going to go check out the Guard to the Gods, because that's kind of what you have to do next. Oh yeah, we need to, real quick, before we do that, I need to go lockpick this safe before I forget about it. Hey, nice. Sweet. Okay, let's throw grenades on you. Alright, good enough. Alright, the Garden of the Gods is pretty cool. You can do some fun stuff in here.
farm that thing myself. Crab cakes! Well, I guess that takes care of the landmine.
Somebody ran over the... One of my guys must have ran over that landmine. That's really funny.
Back in business.
Problem solved at any rate.
Welcome to the fresh... You didn't hear this from me, Franz. But word is, there's sardine.
And then this is the weapon vendor, which we shouldn't really need anything from at the moment. Because we have all those starter weapons we can use, but that is where she is. We also got that stethoscope, which gives an extra first aid. Pretty nice. They also added an Easter egg for Goat Killer with a recent update. Yeah, the if somebody has Goat Killer, that you have that random encounter now that the goat shows up, I believe.
I heard we had some new arrivals wash on in. Military types, they said. Can't really see the difference between you and the ordinary class of mercs. As much as I'd love to shoot the shit with you tryhards, Sheriff Daisy said to let you go on in. So, go on.
Marshal Lupinski?
My apologies, Miss West. I meant no disrespect. No room for amateurs in this town. You hear? No room.
Onward to the Garden of the Gods.
Hello? Whoever just came up from the city, come in. This is Bellamy Ward. There are Dorseys all over the garden. I'm pinned down on a high ledge. Can you reach me? Oh, thank God. Hey! Oh no. They found me.
Alright, and this is where like they grow their food for the city, so you can kind of see all this cool stuff here. And then do that to open this container. Alright, so there's a fight like right here. So for the most part that's fine. You just kind of want to get in position. Close to cover, which there's a decent amount of.
Where did you come from? You back the hell off, or you're dead!
Alright, so
They're right about the food and the ammo, cousin. And I don't think Nelius is coming back for us.
Fine, we'll just put our weapons down, okay? Nice and slow. I guess the deluge ain't coming today.
alright, and then you can do that, but obviously it's easier to just arrest them.
We'll go quiet.
This is Ranger HQ, reading you loud and clear, November 1. What's your status?
Alright, and then this is actually important. So you can, when you arrest somebody, instead of killing them, you can either send them to your HQ or Sheriff Daisy and the Marshals. Usually it's better to send them to the Marshals if you're trying to work on the reputation for that.
They'll be happy to hear that, November 1. Over and out.
Oh God. Did the Patriarch send you? I'm sorry. I need to warn you. The Dorseys are gathering up ahead between the Gateway Rocks. I'll tell you whatever I can. Just save their hostages, will you? I think they took everyone to their camp, just past the Gateway Rocks. You saved my life. I won't forget it.
Alright, and keep making our way this way. Loot all this junk. There's mines around here in a little bit, so you gotta be a little careful. I don't remember exactly where they are, to be honest. There's also a few secret items you can grab, which hopefully we'll be able to do. Okay, there's a trap. Another one. Okay, Axel's our mechanic. giant eggplant. Alright, and then... Nice. And then that powers the computer, which our main guy can go use. And if you have the appropriate nerd stuff, you can open the safe with that. Which gives you a bunch of stuff. And then that's important. That's part of the secret thing that we're hopefully going to be doing here in just a second.
Right. This is Bellamy Ward, PAL operational test number 110. I've adjusted the angle of the solar collectors by 3.12 degrees to improve the energy transmission from the photonic amplification lenses. I've also attached a more sensitive hopefully get a more accurate reading of the conversion rate. Everything's set. Here we go. The photon amplification lenses are operating at 60% ambient light, approximately what we would expect on a typical day in Colorado Springs. Checking the voltmeter now. Yes, it's working. Energy storage is 12% above norm. This is better than I hoped. Now, if I can get the storage rate up to 25%, we'll have surplus power running into the batteries each day. For the first time since the deluge of fire, Colorado Springs will have all the electricity it needs. I can't wait to show this to Theo and Megan.
Alright, so we saw up there that there's the big gathering of the Dorseys, but you can come around this side path, potentially take care of these waste wolves. Also, you can get this creepy doll, which gives you perception +1 to all your party members, which is fantastic. As well as a shrink grenade. So the creepy dolls give you bonuses if you can find all of them. There's like 15, I think, if I remember correctly. Hold on, I think I check. Yeah, they added the archive so you could actually see, which is really helpful for the achievements, by the way. But yeah, there's 15 of the creepy dolls. They'll give you little bonuses. Now, so animals tend to have a ton of health, but like no resistance to anything, which tends to be the trade-off in fighting them. Melee guy right up there. Lucy, don't think she can actually get in range anyway. So put her right here and then ambush.
Dead to rights.
Like that. Weird that I have such a terrible chance to hit on that. Oh, somehow made it worse. There we go. Brief. Alright, then we'll precision strike that one. they aren't resistant to the Kodiak. Yeah, that was my point. The animals, they don't have like any special resistances or armor to get through. They just have a lot of health. So you just got to be careful about letting them get close to you, but otherwise they're not too bad. Okay, so alright, now what that allows us to do is come around here and use this. And we can install that thing we found earlier, the cross-photon matrix. Then we can adjust the collection amount, increase it to its highest level, and then activate it. Which sets all those dudes on fire. Which is a pretty fantastic way to start. And then we also have our grenade. I think that's it for you this turn. And then on top of being in a really good position, all of them have to come up this way to get to us, which is pretty helpful. What's going on? How good is the game without its DLC? Is co-op mode enjoyable? I've heard they're working on co-op mode. I don't honestly have enough information to tell you how good it is, but I've heard they've improved it a little bit, and then the game without its DLCs is still really good. I mean, the DLCs are really fun, but even without them, it's pretty solid. Move you over here and just try to keep her out of the way. And she is our melee brawler. We'll move you here. Use that precision strike to attack the big Beastmaster guy. Anastasia. We'll have her run over here. She won't be able to do anything this turn, but she should be able to do some stuff next turn. Alright, then we'll let them all run around. Turret was doing some work there. That one died to fire. But yeah, as you can see, it really pays to come up here, especially on higher difficulties. And the photon thing does keep doing its job. It doesn't just stop after the first turn. Alright, we got a 78% chance to hit their big guy. So I'm going to try to hit him. Hopefully we'll get lucky. Nice. Leader boss kill, because she's our leadership. That gives us 10% damage bonus. Alright, and then let's have her heal Axel. Out of range, it's like right there. Ah. Alright, we're gonna move her that way, because that's what we're gonna have her do next turn then. Can't really get in a good spot without exposing her. I guess I could put her right there, but she'll only be able to attack one thing. I don't remember if friendly fire is active on Ranger or not, because I know it is on Supreme Jerk, but I don't know if friendly fire happens on Ranger, so I guess we're about to find out. It does not. Okay, cool. There is a mode in the game where friendly fire is a thing, so I wasn't sure offhand. But that does make our life quite a bit easier. Alright, and then we're gonna let the last one come to us here. Ah, the photon thing got us because we were so close. Everybody over here. Nice. Get everybody all leveled up. Hold on, make sure we're not about to burn to death. How long do I have? 5. Alright, just a few more seconds. Everybody should be okay. That was like the big fight of the area. Okay. Skills. That toaster repair. You gotta revive Axel, because I guess hers lasted longer than everybody else's for some reason. Another point into mechanics. Survival and brawling. Attribute, strength. And for Marshal Quan's kind of all over the place with his stats, which is really the only thing I don't like about him, but we'll give him extra action points through coordination. And then for his skills, we'll just add a point to sneaky shit, and then for now. Is this game a good RPG? Oh yeah, definitely. This game's an amazing RPG. Alright, so normally I'd consider healing, but we actually pretty much defeated the last of the people that were concerning there. I got a nice sniper rifle. That might be better than what we've got. Ornament for the Kodiak, some armor, wolf skull, nice. We can of course loot everything. So they burned a bunch of bodies in that pit, as you can see there, which may or may not have been Lucia's family. And then cyborg chicken. You can find a few of these around the Wasteland. If you have enough animal whisperer, you can make them follow you, which will send them back to the Ranger HQ. And then you can take them back to the Ranger HQ, which is part of an achievement to find all of them. Alright, and then the last part of the Garden of the Gods area is over here. But we're going to run through our inventory real quick, get everybody sorted out there real quick. Should be better for you. Oops. Better combat speed, but less armor. believe what he's got. So that's pretty good, but our hat gives us all of these extra bonuses, so we're going to keep those. You don't have anything on, so that's pretty great for you. We'll turn that off, though, because your regular armor is much cooler. Nice. Throw that on him just because he's got the strength to wear it. Her hat is ridiculous. Alright, and then that sniper, was that better for her? No. Pretty close, though. I don't believe we found anything particularly interesting weapon-wise. No. Okay, we need to use an injury kit on you. And that should have basically been everything, as long as everybody's got armor on. You will give you the scout armor. Okay, sweet. Then we got all these weapon mods, which we can do something with a bit later, but craft a turret back. Alright, and then we can go talk to the kids up at the end here, which is the hostages, supposedly. There's a bunch of animal companions, yeah. Bunch of different kinds.
I'm Isaac Reed. On behalf of all of us here, I want to offer our unconditional surrender. As proof of our goodwill, I want to tell you that the culprits got into town with help from Farron Brago's organization, and...
Isaac, how could you? How could you throw in with these people? How could you let them take my family? Where are my parents and my little brother?
They're in the grave you passed on the way here. They didn't suffer, Lucia. I promise. Baby, look. I didn't mean it to go this way. I tried to stop them. I really did. I begged.
Stop talking right now.
Alright, so the kids that they thought were hostages were actually helping the Dorseys, which is how they got into the city.
We thought we were in the right. The Dorseys promised that we could take down the Patriarch. They didn't say anything about murdering hostages.
What about all the other people they killed? Or was that part okay with you, Isaac?
It was Nelius Dorsey. He went looking for your family, Lucia. Your family especially. That's why I got you out of your house before the raid. I didn't want anything to happen to you.
You didn't want anything to happen to me? So you let savages abduct and murder my family. You knew what they meant to me. You knew what their loss would do to me.
But you're still alive, Lucia. Don't you see? You're still alive, and that's what matters most to me. We've been under the Patriarch's boot for 50 years. We say that the 100 families are in charge, but it's really just his family. Just him. I know you must think I'm a fuzzy-headed idealist, but this society's sick. It needs to change. He escaped. He took some vehicles and headed west into the mountains. I don't think he was planning to come back. Farron Brago's gang helped them get into town. I don't know how or why. And I overheard Nelius say something about Liberty Buchanan, the Patriarch's daughter. I think she's going to attack Colorado Springs. It sounded like she's gathering an army out in the plains. Something way worse than the Dorseys.
I have heard enough. If your betrayal of my family was not sufficient, your treachery here most certainly is.
Please, Lucia. I did this for you. All I ever meant was to help build a better world for you. For all of us. I can't tell you how much I regret. Please don't kill me. Please.
Alright, so we can just let her kill him, or we can have him arrested. Which is what we're gonna do.
Way? I can't think of one. Not after what he did to my family. You want to let him walk away from what he's done? I have justice right here, in the palm of my hand. I am more than happy to...
You can also, of course, just let her kill him. Which is probably what he deserves, if we're being honest, but... nonetheless...
Come in, November 1. This is Ranger HQ. We're getting reports of shooting in your last known location at Garden of the Gods. What's your status? Over.
So we'll send him to Sheriff Daisy.
He'll be happy to hear that, Team November, as am I. Good job getting those sumbitches. Over and out.
Alright, then we can go back to talk to Sheriff Daisy, which will wrap up this particular part of the introduction. So as we learned from him, the Dorseys were also helped by someone named Baron Brago, which, if you're unaware, is a bit of a... I forget what they actually call it, but it's the creator of the game, or the In Exile Studios, Brian Fargo's name, slightly misspelled. But we'll head back to Sheriff Daisy, turn that in.
You let Isaac live? After he gave aid and comfort to the enemies of the Patriarch? After he helped them kill my family? You let him live? Why arrest him when you killed all those others? What made him special?
So, I like that they asked this question, because it's a really good point, because you did definitely kill all those other people, but the sheriff will actually probably execute him anyway, and it puts us in her good graces, is why we did it.
Maybe you have it right. If I value my own personal feelings above the law, then I'm no better than a vigilante. Very well. I accept your decision to let him live. But the people who are truly responsible, Nelius Dorsey and Liberty Buchanan, I will bring justice to their doors. Will you help me find them? You can count on my guns Of course, we should go after Nelius Dorsey. I don't think we're ready to face him yet, though. Nelius...
I thought she said she was gonna follow...
For now, we should head back to the sheriff.
Alright, and then she joins your party permanently if you want her to. And then we're going to break into the museum over there at some point. But actually, no, we'll go ahead and do that right now since we're here. It's not too super long. I think... Picklock that, and there's some decent items in here.
Came here for every class trip we ever had.
You actually have to,
yeah, this whole place is a gloss.
Come here later.
But who wants to hear all the ugly details?
As part of a side quest if you want. But there's some items back here, which is what we're after. Elgar says, Wasteland 3, what a game. Believes it'll be one of his favorites of all time. Yeah, Wasteland 3 is really good. What is that? Worm and formaldehyde. Nice.
Greetings, visitors. My name is Junko Murayama, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to the Saul Buchanan, Colorado Heritage Museum. You're about to embark on a journey through history as we share with you the people and events that made Colorado what it is today. Our new and improved animatronic exhibits will bring history to life as you learn about the rise of the Patriarch, the unification of the 100 families, and their battles against the Monster Army and the Museum asks that you do not interact with the exhibits. Ready? Let's go!
What's the average playtime through this? I would say for most people probably about 40 or 50 hours, though I am notoriously terrible at gauging that. So that's probably worth keeping in mind.
Get your Colorado Patriot here.
Hey, Brandy and Troy, can we...
Ew, Troy.
Get lost, you. Wait a minute. You're old, right? Can you get us some beers?
I was curious if I could give them their, like, diaries that we found earlier.
She says.
I love that you can also either give them beers or just be like, stay in school.
Holy sh...
Just... Ew.
Yeah, later.
Really funny interaction for me. Alright, and then go talk to Sheriff Daisy.
Would you rather freeze to death or burn?
You're a barrel of money. Nice to see the city back to life, huh?
Yeah, people are shopping and building.
I like you already, Rangers. I asked for a favor, and you came through for me. Not only that, but you sent me Isaac Reed and his trader friends, all cuffed up and looking pretty. Seems to me that if somebody commits a crime in Colorado Springs, they should face Colorado Springs justice. I'm glad we see eye to eye on that. Some of my marshals weren't so sure about you. Damn right. Now, before I forget, let me introduce you to Hope Emerson. She heard all about you coming to town, and she wants to join up. Ain't that right?
Pleasure's mine, Rangers. Ran the lockup in a little town called Amity on Colorado's eastern border. Figured I could do the same thing for you at your HQ.
Amity got flattened by the scar collectors a while back, so Hope came west. Been trying to... We have some differences when it comes to crime and punishment. But that aside, she's smart, honorable...
Great! I'll head over to Ranger headquarters in a bit and start fixing up your brig. I can't think of a better way to serve than to ensure that our justice is fair, even to those who transgressed against it.
So, back to business. Did you find out how the Dorseys got into town? Well, since you already dealt with Isaac, let's concentrate on Brago. I'll never understand why the Patriarch let that rat set up shop here. Been nothing but trouble, so him making a deal with the Dorseys doesn't surprise me in the least. In fact, I had a hunch he might be involved, so I sent my best man over to his nightclub, the Little Vegas, to search for a connection. Haven't heard back from him, though, and I'm a little worried. Say, what if I asked you Rangers to go to Little Vegas and check up on him? And if you happen to find proof that Brago helped the Dorseys while you're there, well, feel free to cuff the bastard and haul him in.
Alright, and that gives us our next part.
The marshal, always a pleasure, Rangers.
Which is to go investigate that local gang boss, which will lead to us also filling out our Ranger HQ with people who can help us out, which is part of the Full House mission here. And there's Isaac Reed and all his friends in lockup. But let's level everybody up real quick, since a few of them got levels there. Let's go First Aid and Animal Whisperer. And then let's grab Spirit Animal. You wind up with way more perks than you ever actually need, so it's not like super important that you pick any particular one. Alright, and then okay, you already have survival, so we can drop that. She just has it automatically though. Let's go weapon modding. Put our last point in barter there. And then once Axel gets another level, we'll give her explosives, because we need somebody with explosives more than anything else right now. Scuba says I can stop hoarding perks for just in case moments. Yeah, you should wind up with way more than you need. Because there's only like a handful of perks, and you can really only get like 4 or 5 skills maxed out with the character anyway. So because of all those things, you really should, like, you know, as long as you're not just trying to do everything with one character, you should wind up with way more than you actually need. Alright, and then got some armor. I want the crit chance from that. And we'll pass that along to you. She's going to wind up getting a full set of armor from a quest we're going to do here soon, which is going to give her bonuses to the things she actually needs. So she'll wind up with that for most of the game. Alright, and that'll just about do that. Quick. Heal you real quick. What does that leave me with? The Big Trouble in Little Vegas, mostly. Because we've got the Brig Jailer, the Doctor, and the Garage Mechanics is the last one you do. You can't really do that one in any way besides last, so the Armory person is next. So we're gonna go sell a bunch of junk.
Rangers hailed as heroes. Dorsey's fleeing the city. Did you just give me a hickey?
Look, Martha, it's our friends who helped us save the shop. What can I do for you? We've got some discounts with your name on them.
Yeah, so these are outfits you can buy that you can just like make your character look like they're like full outfits. You can go to the wardrobe in Ranger HQ or right here and use, and then he sells a bunch of mods as well. Did I have a nice Halloween? Yeah, I did. It was fun. I had a little kids party for my son and a bunch of his cousins and a bunch of little kids from around the place. So he had a blast. So it was a lot of fun. So I'll use Tommy guns we don't need. Ooh, I bet that's better than the sniper rifle she has. Nice. Yeah, slightly smaller range, but otherwise pretty great. And can actually mod that a little bit. Nice. Sweet, there's everything modded up.
Bet this is all Joe's fault.
Do big guns feel a little underwhelming until you get the Nidhogg later? Yeah, so big guns is probably my least favorite skill in this game. I don't like the way it plays, to be honest. So yeah, I would personally agree with that. But that said, I think we're going to leave it right here because the next part is fairly involved. There's kind of a lot going on, and I don't want to get too wrapped up in it and wind up having to split it like in half because I do have to do tomorrow's video editing and stuff to get tomorrow's video ready. And yeah, so there's our start of the Wasteland 3 playthrough. Tomorrow we'll start investigating Little Vegas and the guy who let the Dorseys into the town, which is Farron Brago, which is a really fun part of the game. Like the next part of the game here in Little Vegas is hilarious, and I think people will have a lot of fun with it. We also need to take our cyborg chicken back to HQ at some point. But that's going to do it for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, or the live stream, rather. Honestly, though, Wasteland 3 is a ton of fun, so I'm hoping everybody enjoyed it as much as I did. I love playing this game. So thank you guys so much for watching. May you wander in wisdom, and I'll see you next time.